What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and we're hopping into Zendikar Rising today. Thanks to Wizards of the Coast, by the way, for allowing us access into the pre-release event. And I'm going to be showing you a deck that's going to be changing up Magic, some of these new lands that honestly feel fantastic, and a deck that may just be a little bit broken if I'm being completely honest. So the main card, the main focus is Omnath, Locus of Creation. 4 mana for this 4/4. Whenever it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control for the first time, you get to gain 4 life. Whenever it enters for the second time, you get to gain 4 mana, 1 red, 1 green, 1 white, 1 blue. And if it's the third time, you get to deal 4 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker your opponent controls. So it's like a one-sided Storm Wrath to your opponent's face and their planeswalkers, right? It's so beautiful. Now, to fuel the fire for this deck, we also have the new card Lotus Cobra. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color, which is so beautiful. You get to ramp up and gain so much mana with this card. For only being 2 mana, it's beautiful. Not to mention the fact that most mana ramps don't have 2 power. They don't have that body that can actually swing in and smash your opponent. A couple other new cards we want to be talking about, touching on, and showing is Nahiri's Lithoform. 2 mana for this red sorcery. Sacrifice X lands. For each land sacrificed this way, you get to draw a card. Then you may play X additional lands this turn. And then lands you control enter the battlefield tap. Well, you don't mind though, because you have things like Lotus Cobra, you have things like Omnath, like Kazandu Mammoth. They're all going to get big, or gain mana, or deal damage, and gain life, and gain mana. Alright, so Nahiri's Lithoform, it's going to be a great way to cycle through your deck, find the Ugin, find the Lithoform Engine, and proc all of your landfall. Next up, a really good one is the Mythic Land for the red here, Shatterskull Smashing, 2x and a red. Sorcery deals X damage divided as you choose among up to 2 target creatures and or planeswalker. And I think this may be one of the most slept on ones. This is so good for removal. It's a solid piece while also being a land that you can bolt in. I think we're calling them bolt lands now. And if you don't want either of that, you can have a tap land, which is perfectly fine and beautiful. Next up, we have Valakut Awakening, 3 mana for this instant speed. Put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of the library, then draw that many +1. So it's like a 3 mana instant speed cycling while also being a land. So again, it can proc all your landfall or cycle out your cards if you're early and you don't want these big threats, or vice versa if you're late and you have a bunch of small threats, right? Roiling Regrowth, another card that's going to be super slept on but super good in this meta is this card is 3 mana instant. Sacrifice a land, search your library for up to 2 basic lands, put them onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle your library. Now what this actually does is allows you to proc landfall twice on turn 3 just with this card. Not to mention your first proc, which is your land. So you heard it, if you can get Omnath down, then you can proc all 3 of them for 3 mana, and then you'll gain 4 mana off Omnath. So you're literally gaining mana from playing this card, and obviously you're ramping up, and you're gaining life and dealing damage to your opponent and their planeswalker. It's so good. It's really good, and it's only an uncommon, which means everybody has access to this on day 1 pretty much, you know. And don't go blowing your uncommons. But yeah, Kazandu Mammoth, another really good module land. It's a modal, we'll call them flippy floppy lands, right? 3 mana, 3/3 landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, this card gets +2/+2. It's already a 3/3 body, so obviously you can see how ridiculous this can build. We just talked about being able to get 3 lands down. That alone is 6 points worth of stats. Now you have a 3 mana non that if you don't want that, you also have a land. So you see the common theme. Obviously Euro is broken with Omnath and with Lotus Cobra being able to gain life, draw cards, put lands down, put 2 lands in 1 turn down, escape it. It's beautiful. Migration Path is another great one if you're looking for those uncommon beauties. 4 mana, search your library for up to 2 basic lands, put them onto the battlefield tapped. So again, 2 landfall triggers, not to mention if you have 2 Lotus Cobras down, because it's not a legendary. And then cycling for 2, so if you don't need the lands come late game and you're all fleshed out on lands, just cycle it, right? Go cycling. Omnath, we talked about. Lithoform Engine, 4 mana. For 2 mana, you can copy target activated or triggered ability you control. Cool beans, that's going to be like when your goose enters the battlefield, that creating a food token, or when Lotus Cobra adds mana, that. So you can pay 2 mana to copy those kind of spells. It's kind of cool. 3 mana, you can copy target instant or sorcery, and then obviously we have Genesis Ultimatum, we have Emeria's Call, so you can copy these spells, and then instead of getting 2 4/4s, you're getting 4 4/4s. Instead of looking at the top 5, you're looking at the top 10. It gets pretty crazy. And then number 4, we want to talk about this one a little bit in detail. So it says copy target permanent spell you control. This is as you're casting it into the field. So you go to pay for your Lotus Cobra, and then you would tap this as you're playing it, right? Because it's copy target spell, permanent spell, not permanent on the board, just the spell. Anyways, which means they can counter it technically, right? You're not just placing it on the board, you're copying it. So it's a little pricey, it's a little wordy, but Ancient Greenwarden, 6 mana, 5/7 reach elemental. You may play lands from your graveyard. Obviously, this can be great with your Omnath. And then furthermore, if a land entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability, it's going to trigger an additional time. So Lotus Cobra was going to produce 2 mana. Omnath is going to gain 8 life, then 8 mana, and then deal 8 damage, right? So you can, and it's a 5/7 with reach, which is of course nothing to be slept on. Emeria's Call, like I said, create the 4/4 angels. It also gives your non-angel creatures indestructible until your next turn, so all the way through your opponent's turn as well, which again, really good, not to mention the fact that it's a land, so if you don't have the mana for it, well, it's building you up towards it, right? Genesis Ultimatum, duh, right? Look at the top 5. We love the permanents in this deck. We love them. So 7 mana, it's really not hard to get to. You've already seen how much we can ramp with Lotus Cobra and Roiling Regrowth. It's gonna happen super easy, I can promise you. And then of course we have Ugin, because exiling opponent's stuff, dealing 3 damage to any target, and then placing 7 permanents, as we already talked about, onto the battlefield is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then over here, you want to make sure you have your basics. If you're playing things like Roiling Regrowth, you want to make sure you have your basics. Migration Path, make sure you have your basics. And then the Triomes to top it off for the teamer sense, right? Anyways, that's going to do it for me in the deck tech breakdown. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to click that subscribe button and the bell icon that pops out afterwards. I appreciate all the support shown here on the channel. And without further ado, we're going to hop right into the match. Alrighty, so our first match in Zendikar Rising is versus HGG. What a surprise, what a surprise. So we have to remember these are actually lands as well, but this still doesn't look like a killer hand, so let's mulligan. I know already, but we need something a little bit closer to reality. We do have the Omnath, which is nice, but we have no way to ramp into it, so this is good. This is really good. Of course I'm keeping the Genesis. We'll send him the hello message back at him. Do we have friends on here? We don't. I wonder if I can add him. Thanks. Oh no, I just said nice too. I didn't get it in time. I guess because the turn had ended, right? That's a bummer. Alright. So off the bat with the Gilded Goose. Alright, let's see what you got. He's also playing, it looks like, a Temur Landfall deck. So, nice. We are like literally along the same exact path. Alright, so if I play the Mammoth now, we get 1 land. I can play Roiling, sacrifice a land, we'll get 2 more. I can play the other Cobra, or I can play Cobra now, play Mammoth, we'll get 2 extra land. Then I won't be able to play Roiling. Alright, so we have 1 of every color. We're going to need a lot of blue if we want to get the Genesis out, so I say we go ahead and grab a blue. And then what else? What else? Maybe just 2 blues, so we go ahead and have blue out of the way, or maybe 1 blue, 1 green. Alright, so go green, Green is fine. And then Lotus Cobra. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And now, because Lotus Cobra is a body, we swing in. Oh, the set is beautiful. I'm sorry for the voice crack. Yeah, sorry. I've sort of just woke up this morning. It's one of those sort of late mornings. It's like a field day for me. By the way, shout out to Wizards of the Coast for giving me access. I know I said it in the intro, but still hyped about the event. Oh, and he made sure to pick up the pet rock too, I see. A man of fine taste. A connoisseur, if you will. So we'll be up to 6 mana. Unfortunately, Genesis Ultimatum costs 7. So I'm thinking we hold the land, play the Euro. We might play the land. Well, we should definitely play the land, right? You definitely play the land. Ooh. What? Why can't I say nice? I can only say thanks. Oh, no. Saying nice is saying thanks. Okay. Alright, so let's go for the Euro. I'm thinking about actually holding that land. So if I play Goose here, we will have enough mana come next turn with that land that I will for sure have Genesis. Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't just end me here, alright? I know HGG, he's got to have something spicy in there, so I'm a little worried. By the way, if you see any content creators today that you enjoy and you want to check them out. Everybody that we're playing against is a content creator, either on Twitch or on YouTube. So be sure you're stopping in, swinging by, saying what's up, how you doing. I'm gonna take that on the face. He's probably pretty happy about that one. Oh, we hit a land anyway, so I shoulda, coulda, woulda played the land. That's okay. So we have 1, 2 blue over there. Goose can be 3 blue. Let's see what he does though. So go blue. Let's go red. Let's go Genesis. 1, 2, and a 3. Alright, so we got 2 extra mana from that. Resolve. We still have the Goose as well, so we still technically have 3 mana. I don't think we have enough to get the Euro back though, do we? Let's go blue. No, we could play Rolling though and get some more mana that way. So let's do that. We're actually going to sacrifice Forest here. We can get another Forest and maybe another island. Alright, let's see. So if we go green, resolve, green, blue, blue. Oh no, we still don't have enough. We need 1 more card in our graveyard. I guess I could Ugin my own Goose, then get Euro back, right? But I kind of just want to exile. Well, if I exile for 0, I'll get rid of all of his plants, right? Yeah, we can deal with the 5/5. We can deal with the 5/5. Alright. So we play down Goose. Oh, no, wait. That was 4 mana. Oh, no, wait. We can still do it. We can still do it. So, not right here. We don't want to copy that. Although that would be kind of cool. We'll get 2 geese down. Oh, I can't? Oh, wait, what? I don't understand. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe we can do it whenever we untap. We'll see. I don't really know. See, I think getting rid of all of his plants is a lot better than me killing a goose and getting a Euro down. So, I'm pretty happy with that turn. I mean, we got a Ugin, we got a Lithoform, we got a lot of mana, we got a Euro in the graveyard that can come back. Emeria's Call, we're going to be playing that for sure because we have two of them, you know, so. Shock one in, maybe. We'll have 2 white, and then we can... Yep. Blocky, blocky there. Oh, heroic intervention. That's so good. So we're going to +2 here and take out his goose. So we don't have to worry about him gaining life constantly and staying in the game. This way we can take him out and be resolved in our victory, right? Oh, maybe it's whenever we play the permanent spell that it copies it, right? So if I play Euro, we will still have enough for heroic intervention. Could also play this though, which is like shock in, although we're down to 14. I think maybe I should just play the Euro. Just play it safe for now, chance. Nah, fuck it. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Play it safe. Yeah, okay. Not happening. Not today, Junior. Not today. That still leaves us with plenty of mana. Plenty. Plenty. We could copy this and then have several. Thanks. Oh, we can't say thanks at all. We just say nice every time. Alright, well that's a board. That's a board. I'm not swinging in with Goose. I don't know what might happen to our angels, but I'm not swinging in with Goose. We don't have heroic intervention mana up, so I'm a little sad about that. But the things that heroic intervention would protect us from, we're kind of already protected from. We have indestructible, right? We don't have hexproof, so we could get bounce, but that would take hella bounces, right? That doesn't seem what his deck is based off of, so I think we're all right. Now, Ancient Greenwarden does have reach, so that's going to stop one of our angels from getting through. But I think we can Ugin BA all right. That goose. This is why you keep the. This is why you keep the goose alive. All right. Whew, we did it. Oh man, land is broken. But he was obviously going for like a very similar style deck here with the Ancient and the Phylith. We got lucky with the Ultimatum though. Uki or Uki or Yuki. You know, I'm really bad with names, so if I get anybody's name wrong today, by all means, tell me. Let me know. Speak up, speak out, shout it out. We're gonna keep this. I know I have 2 Omnaths, but let's say they remove one, huh? We still have 3 lands, right? We have a goose, which isn't gonna come down turn 1, but that's okay. Come down turn 2, we can still get to the regrowth by turn 3, and we don't have to shock in the call. So altogether, like, that feels like a solid starter hand, right? And that's with having like what would be a 7 mana sorcery normally, right? So enter tap, no need to rush it. Oh, I love that animation. And of course the goose is classic. But I don't like drawing into the Ugin because, you know, we need some smaller spells, but you can see a Ugin, you take a Ugin, you know? Alright, let's see what they got. They got base camp set up, so it's gonna be a party deck. They are looking to partay. That's actually really good for an uncommon. If a party deck ends up being meta, which I think there might be one, maybe mono red sort of adopts it, maybe Boros. I think it could be really, really good. That base camp. It's only an uncommon. That's so good. All right, so we do have Omnath here if we want, and then we can Roiling Regrowth come next turn, which I think is a stellar turn 3 play. We ended up hitting another land. What can I say? Nice. Thanks. We can't say thanks. The thanks doesn't work today. I don't know. I was about to speak when I was muted. Hopefully, everybody understands that I'm saying thank you. Ooh, that's a nice. I like that one. That's one we hope to be playing with today as well. And Arc Priest. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, so yeah, they understand now because they just said nice back, and I'm sure for them it says thanks, right? So we're gonna let that core Blade Master through. It's only for tiny little baby damage. No need to worry. Worry not. Alright, so cool little thing. We play a land, that's one trigger on Omnath. We use Roiling Regrowth, that's 2 more triggers. That's everything triggered. I'm triggered. No. So we play just a land first? I think so. I think I want to use this and actually save. So enters tap. Because they're an aggro deck. I don't want to. Boom. Back to healthy, baby. Back to healthy. We can sacrifice this. It's not going to do anything for us now anyways, right? Now we have white mana. We have one of all those colors. What additional? I mean, green is always good, and so is blue. So. Alright, so we'll add the 4 mana. We'll deal 4 damage. We could play another Omnath down, or we could cycle our hand. Playing another Omnath down only draws us an additional card. I like the idea of cycling our hand. So we cycle these two, save the heroic, right? Another Omnath! Game, you're crazy! You're absolutely... You're the nuts. You're the nuts. Do we swing in with the Omnath? They can't block it this turn, but Omnath is a solid blocker ourselves. So I think we say no. We say Omnath, you stay. You stay put, buddy. By the way, there's a fly that is annoying the hell out of me in my office, and I can't seem to find my glass water. Ah, so cleric, warrior, cleric. That core Blade Master is going to get scary with that Luminart Aspirant. So this is going to be 6 damage, but again, we're healing 4 with Omnath, so it's not the world. It's not the end of the world. Maybe we should have saved that Ugin. Of course, if we hadn't, then we wouldn't be where we are. So we just block with the goose. We can always create food, which essentially heals us. No, we don't block with the goose. We take that. We take it like a man, like a champ, really, like a champ. All right. I don't know why we would need additional red mana, so let's just add that. And then again, we can use Roiling Regrowth. And you generally want to sacrifice a land that you just tapped to play that spell. FYI. Oh, I should actually be grabbing white mana. Yes. Right. So again, we could play Omnath down, but you kind of don't want to. So we're just going to create a food, eat a food. Then we have Heroic that can actually block. So that's good. And we're back up to 21 health. So cool beans, right? Cool beans. I wish I wasn't drawing only my Omnaths. We have some really good stuff in the deck. Omnath is really cool, but I've already seen 3, which means, you know, we shouldn't be seeing anymore. Maybe we'll see some more module lands, because so far we've seen a lot of basics. And granted, that's a lot thanks to our Roiling Regrowths. It just means now we have a lesser chance of seeing them, right? Ooh, that's a nice one. That is a nice... Right, because she enters as whatever they need her to be, so it adds 1 to these for sure. Yeah, they're getting a little bit of a board. They're getting a little scary. A little hairy scary. Alright, so past the blockers, we get to block, heroic. We're feeling good, we're feeling happy, because now we get to take out that core Blade Master, right? Migration path. Nothing but land. Oh, you know what? We can cycle this. That's what we should do. Alright, so that cycling. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's 6 or more, deals twice. Up to 2 though. So if I cast it now, I can still deal 4 total. I can take out the 2 Arc Priests. Granted, they still have the Cleric. I could block Cleric with Goose, or I could block Cleric with Omnath. That's not bad either, right? So I could take out the Arc Priest this turn, or I could wait. Nah, I think I go ahead and take out Arc Priest. Here. Yeah. And then we can always block with our Omnath, and we have another Omnath, so it's not bad. Not too shabby. Nice. Thanks. Ah! Ah, I like it. I like the stonework. Ah, this means we can't effectively block the Cleric this turn, though. Well, we're going to have to use the Goose, a little loosey-goosey. Yeah. A little loosey-goosey. Damn, I just keep hitting lands. At least we're hitting the other playable land. Oh, that's really nice. All right, so we will block with Omnath. You know what we needed in this deck? I don't know if we have it. I don't know for sure, because you gotta remember, I was looking at so many land cards. A Castle Vantress. The ability to scry in this deck, I think, would be really, really good. But I gotta say, we're still top decking a lot of playables, right? We top decked a playable last turn. We top decked like a cyclable land this turn into a playable for next turn. That's really good. I'm loving the flow of it. Like, it's feeling like they're playing stuff, I'm playing stuff. It's a nice one. Alright, so we are going to have to chum block a Roo here, but let's be honest. This Omnath has lived to tell the tale. Alright? He has lived... Oh, they're even going to give us one of these? Do we take it, though? That's the question. Do we take it? Do we have 3... We have the mana for that. Okay. I think we take the 7. If we can reduce their board state by a little, let's do it. Hey, and there's another Omnath. That's our 4th one. So our other one should be on the bottom. There's one in the graveyard. Here's 3 of them, literally face up. But this should be nice for us. We're going to gain a lot of life. We're going to gain a lot of card draw here. Although it looks like Euro doesn't proc for these. They are the face up cards in your hand. They are only lands when it comes to the actual placing down. So I like the Mammoth, but I think Valakut could be a little bit better. We'll see. We need to put a land down here though. My question, I think I'm good with the hand I have. I think we throw this down tap. Add the 4 mana. Ancient Greenwarden? I think so. Now we can start playing these lands back from our graveyard. Woohoo! Things are getting turned online. Now we are going to take 7 extra damage from the Cleric, but y'all have seen we've been healing like seriously healing. We have to make sure we're not going to deck ourselves. We're down to 30 cards. I was honestly expecting Omnath to be able to kill our opponent, but they're gaining so much life with this weird Abzan party deck. It's very strange. I'm loving it though. Yuki, maybe it's Yuki, like your key, but without the R. I don't know. I really don't. Let's hope they don't have any graveyard exile. Boy, that would be a little awkward, huh? Alright, we'll see what happens though. I gotta say, Omnath feels... And the lands are so beautiful. Like, you see a lot of basics on the field, but like I said, we drew them out with Roiling Regrowth, right? We drew them out with Genesis Ultimatum. We've been having fun. I'm liking the new magic, and it feels so action-y, right? They're playing stuff every single turn. They're playing, like, look how many pathways they have, right? Oh, that's a good game. We picked it up 2-0 with the Landfall Omnath.